guys, welcome. We are on our way to Burton Screamfest. In the car we have John.
Hello.
We have Ralph that has come out from underneath his bed.
Yeah, more about that later.
It is you.
We have Theo.
Hello.
And we have myself, Vicky.
In case you forgot.
Yeah, in case you forgot. So, what kind of information can you give us about Burton Screamfest, John?
It's more along the lines of Extreme Scream, apart from it's good. And it's not, you know how Dr. Frights is, where it's all indoors, you've got 4 mazes, 2 off to each side, all under marquees. It's an open air event, but the purpose-built mazes like Extreme Screams in big warehouses and things like that, and it's just better, you know. Yeah, it's just
And how
better.
many mazes is there?
I believe there's 4 and a show, but the show is sort of a maze, horror maze. I don't know too much about it, but it's supposed to be pretty good, so I've heard. So it's a little bit of a different take this year, from what I've been told. Do you want to explain the running joke why we've been taking piss out of you?
Yeah, alright then. So the reason that we all take the piss out of each other is the person that's not around when we're filming gets the brunt of the jokes. And if you look back on some of our YouTube investigations where John's not been able to get for varying reasons, you'll see we'll have a joke at his expense when he gets put up on YouTube, even though he's edited it as well. So,
Oh, yeah.
so at the end of the day, I had everything coming to me. So
It's all meant with love,
it's,
always.
It's a running thing. So yeah. But again, fear is not an option. Neither's lying, John.
Wasn't lying, I was just stretching the truth while you wasn't with us.
That'll be interesting though. It's going to be a good one.
Gonna be a good night. Fingers crossed.
First challenge of the evening.
Put a wristband on.
How many people does it take to put a wristband on, John?
Just pan the camera around a bit, Vic, so you can see everyone. Oh my dear.
So as you can see, we're at Screamfest this evening. There is an area over here for music, seating area for food, and I will pan around and show you what food facilities they have. So over here there seems to be souvenirs, so you can get some hats and other bits if you would like, some candy floss. And then over here you've got teas and coffees with other soft drinks. Walking down, there seems to be one of the main areas where people can sit. And there is food facilities around, as you can see, fish and chips, and toilets this way. So there's fish and chips available if people would like to come down for some fish and chips while they're here. And that looks like really nice seating as well. I'm going over to this side. Where there's more food available. Where there seems to be chicken, chips, and other types of hot food. Have a lovely fairground over there as well. So as you can see the flashing lights from the fairground, which I'm sure we'll see a little bit more later. So just panning round. Oh, that was a flame over there. Just panning round. They also sell alcohol over here as well. So if you would like an alcoholic beverage while you're at the Screamfest, then you can get an alcoholic beverage from here. So they have donuts on sale here as well, which is from Project Donut. And then another seating area available at the side, which is quite a large seating area, which is also undercover in case it rains. And you've got pizzas available, which looks quite nice. And then grill available as well. So as you can see, there's a lot of options for food. So you won't be stuck if you are coming here and you do need to get some food. It does look like there is a lot of options, so you can get roughly most choices that you'd like. So from grilled chicken, fish and chips, or if you want something for a sweet tooth as well. Hey guys, so we are now here in Screamfest with the team, and we have an addition to the team now.
Hey!
We have James that has just joined
Pulled
us.
over by these. What are you doing here?
Just coming here to visit. So we're heading over to the first scare maze. Which scare maze are we going to, Ralph?
Yeah, some farm thing, I reckon. Don't have to
Some farm thing.
I don't know, one of these down here. One's got no queue apparently.
Okay.
Creed farm or something? I don't know. What do I know? Just paid for a ticket.
Okay, so this is the fair, as you can see. They've got some rides going. So that's Zombie Smash. We're just going past. Toxic Head Toss. Hillbilly Jones.
That must be where all the
Zombie
locals
Zoo.
are.
Is that where the locals are? As you can see, there are classical fairground rides as well.
Thank you for riding Insomnia.
Right, going to the scare maze, but not shit for music on as well, is there?
And as you can see in the distance, that's Creed Farm that we're on our way to. So we're just about to enter Creed Farm. So this is going to be our first scare maze of the evening. So we will be back with you very shortly. Okay, so we have just come out of Creed Farm, everyone. So we've just come out of Creed Farm. And let's go over for the reviews. So guys, what did we think of Creed Farm?
Ralph? Entertaining.
Entertaining. In what way, Ralph?
I think it was a good setup and that. It wasn't scary. It was a good idea. I think they missed on a couple of good opportunities.
Like what?
I think they could have some scary characters in there. A bit more in. There's a couple of good ones.
What type of characters did you come across while you were in the maze?
Oh man, a lot of them have just got the uniform on and like the zombie effect, and then there's a guy with the like the rabbity type mask on, weren't they, as well? There's a couple of decent ones. I think it's alright. It was good because there was quite a few actors though, so that was quite good, more than I've been used to previously.
What was the best part about the maze?
Watching the girl in front scream her head off every time someone jumped out. Yeah. It's got to be that. And during the war march at the end when they're getting chased or trying to get chased out of the maze with a chainsaw. So yeah, come out with a war march and petrol fumes. Yeah, it's.
So you didn't feel like you had to go and hide under your bed?
No, I think we can safely say I won't be hiding underneath my bed, and there never was. Point taken. Here we go. Oh.
Now, this is one of the actors coming out of Creed Farm. As you can see, this is the exit to Creed Farm. Okay, and sorry, Ralph, going back to you.
Yeah.
What score out of 10 would you give Creed Farm?
Oh, I think I'd turn around and say around a 7-ish, just because of the setup and everything else. I thought it was alright. Yeah.
Around a 7, so 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
James.
Yes, I enjoyed
You
that one.
went on a different route to Ralph, didn't you?
Both of you, yeah, we got put another way. But I enjoyed that one. At the start, it's similar to Hoodoo Voodoo, but a bit better. And then about halfway through, a lot of scares in there. We were laughing our heads off all the way around it. I think the female actors in there were better than the male actors.
Okay.
The male actors weren't loud enough. Don't you agree? They could have shouted a bit louder.
And what type of actors did you come across?
Just uniformed mainly. The females were dressed better. You got 2 police. And then the best male actor was the guy with the chainsaw at the end.
Okay.
He scared everybody, except for me and
Was
John.
there anything in particular about the maze that stood out?
Not really. I thought it was good all the way through from start to finish. But I'll give that, I think, a 7.
7?
Yeah.
So another 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 for that one. Enjoyed it. Made me laugh. Better than all the mazes at Extreme Scream put together.
Fantastic. Okay, Theo, and what did you think about that
Hello,
maze?
Jade.
Well, I went in with high expectations because I've seen it on TV before, and I think it went up to my expectations.
So it was up to your expectations to what you've seen on the vlogs on TV. Okay. Is there anything particularly about the maze that you preferred?
The chainsaws.
The chainsaws.
Yeah.
So you like the chainsaws?
Yeah.
Did they chase you at all around the maze?
A little bit. There was like an end bit where there was a lot of corn, and he just ran around everywhere.
Okay, thank you. And what score would you give it out of 10?
8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So that was an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
And John,
Hiya.
over to you. So what did you find about that? How did you find that maze?
It was okay. It wasn't too bad. It's not scary. Some good intersections, but the best part of it was watching 3 girls in front of us absolutely shitting their pants. And who would have thought it? That it was my daughter.
Hello.
Of all the people, screaming their heads off. The chainsaw jumped out on them. They all came running back. Thankfully, I was behind them, caught them. Like, Hello, Jade.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to be in there either.
No.
I knew you'd be able, I didn't know what day.
Well, yeah, I mean, we was umming and ahhing, but of all the people to bump into the middle of a horror maze too.
And for her to be right in front of
Right
you
in
as
front,
well.
screaming their heads off. That was the most entertaining part of the maze.
I don't know what told me to look behind me, and there I see you. Then Theo comes along, and I'm like, oh my god. Full
And
family
how
event.
did you find the maze?
Oh, I loved it. I love the mazes altogether, but it was just great. Like
What
the
was-
whole thing to do with it.
What was the best part about the maze?
The ending.
The ending.
Well, almost falling over, watching my cousin fall over. My sister threw me across the thing because she was scared and all. So I laughed more the way through it than I did scream, I think. I cackled in the dark, that was the best bit. Listening to these two panic, it was great.
Thank you. It's lovely to meet you
It
as
was
well.
lovely to meet you too.
And what
Lovely to
score
see you.
out
Yes.
of 10 would you give it, John?
Me, 6.
A 6?
Yeah, overrated, not scary.
Okay.
Better use of the corn than Extreme Scream Park, but still, yeah, overrated I think. But nonetheless, pretty good.
6 out of 10?
6 out of 10.
And what score out of 10 would you give it?
An 8, definitely an 8.
8.
For saying it's new and it definitely used the corn a lot better.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I agree.
Thank you. It was lovely to meet you and thank you for your input.
It's okay.
See you soon. Look
See you
after yourself,
later.
JD.
No promises there.
So, that as you enter into that, you get split into 2 groups or 3 groups, depending on the size of your group. So you're not guaranteed to go the same way as the rest of your group, which adds to the slight scare factor of the maze if you do get scared. Then once you're in there, you go into a dark area, which again is like hoodoo voodoo. If you've not been into hoodoo voodoo, you do have to hold onto a rope, and it goes into a very dark area where you can't see anything. A little bit darker than hoodoo voodoo because it's outside and it is in the night time. And then you come out and you are greeted.
Keep going, Vic.
Alright, Ralph!
Should be done in a minute.
Then you are greeted by actors, which are quite good. You've got some actors that are hooded, some actors that have makeup on, and they do tend to chase you as well. They did come out in some areas and have the element of surprise. So overall, I would give that a 7 out of 10 because they had good use of facility. They used the corn effectively. They had good lighting, and they had nice little scare parts which they were then thinking about how can they best scare you. Use the dark, use the element of surprise. So mine's going to be a 7 out of 10. So we're just about to go into Hillbilly Joe's Zombie Zoo. In we go. Are you not doing your dance, John? Are you not doing your dance?
What done? Sorry, you get it.
So, we have just come out of which maze, John?
Hillbilly Joe Zombie Zoo.
That's a tongue twister. And how did you find that maze?
It wasn't bad until Ralph got followed by a transvestite and literally proposed to and pretty much abused, weren't you, mate? That was hilarious. That was the funniest thing I've seen this Halloween. He couldn't get out of there quick enough. He's lifting his skirt up to shoot. It was fantastic.
Was she a bit of a sex bomb?
She looked a little bit like James. If you just pan the camera around to James with the beard, looks a little bit like James. So, make your mind up with what you want, but you loved it, mate, didn't you?
Oh, I got it that time, didn't I? Nearly had an affair with a stranger in a maze.
So,
Hi. Bye. Come back.
so what parts of the maze did you like better than others?
Just that bit, really. The maze is pretty standard. Similar sort of characters to normal. You know,
What did you think about the acting?
Yeah, just people jumping out and going "ah" or "boo." Doesn't really do out. So, yeah, Substandard, I'd say.
What about noises?
There was noises. Yeah. When the gun went off, it nearly blew my left eardrum out, so that was quite annoying actually, so to get a point knocked off for that. But other than that, yeah, it was good. Lighting was alright. Smell pods, okay. Plenty of smoke. Acting, mediocre. Wouldn't have been a 6, but I've got to push it up to a 7.
A 7?
Yeah, because of that tranny with Ralph. It was just the funniest thing I've seen this Halloween. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So a 7 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's with the point deducted as well.
So it's pretty good Mason?
It would have been lower if it wasn't for that person, for that actor. That was the only decent one in there, and to see Ralph try and scuttle off as quick as he could, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Theo, how did you find that maze?
Good, but it was quite loud.
So it was a loud maze, okay. Was it scary at all?
A little bit, yeah.
So it was a little bit scary. Did it make you jump?
Yeah, quite a lot.
It made you jump quite a bit. And what parts of the maze did you like the best?
I thought the bit where you had to crawl through like this little bit was quite fun.
And what parts of the maze did you find the scariest?
When it was just a bit dark and everyone was jumping out, really.
So dark and everybody jumping out.
Yeah.
What score would you give that out of 10, Theo?
7 out of 10.
A 7 out of 10. Fantastic. So, transvestite James.
With a beard.
How did you find that maze?
If I was a transvestite, I'd have to shave this off.
No, the transvestite in there had a beard.
It's not transvestite then. Not a proper one anyway. The maze, yes, thank you.
Yes, did you enjoy it?
Very good. It was very good.
Just good.
Yeah,
I don't know how slips down.
you can improve it.
What?
There goes.
What? I don't know. Bye.
See
I
ya.
miss yours already.
Thanks for coming.
Was that the same bloke? The maze, lighting and smell pods were good, but I thought it was pretty normal, mediocre. The actors could have been a lot better. They didn't really shout loud to scare you. Like John says, my favourite bit was Ralph running away. So I'll give that a 6.
6?
Yeah, compared to the last one, that's a 6 for me.
Okay. And our little sex bomb.
Oh, well, that's it. What can I say? You know, pick on the best looking one, innit?
How did you find that maze?
Do you know, all around it was all right. I think you missed a lot of good opportunities again. I think that the section with the transvestite trying to come on to me for a laugh and that, I thought it was very good acting. I thought it was really good, to be fair. I've got to give props to that. I really have. But overall, was the maze that scary? Not really. I think it was that good at all. You know, I think I might have scraped a 5.5 on that one.
5.5.
Yeah, I didn't rate it that much at all. I think they missed a lot of good opportunities. But yeah, so it was a laugh though. I'll give it that. It was a laugh.
Okay, so 5.5 for the hillbilly zombie scare maze.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you, Ralph.
Hi guys, so that one, it was fun. So it was going through, there's a few very loud bangs as we walked through, so which did actually get me at one point. I actually was like, what's that, because of the noise. I know. So at one point I did actually jump because of the loud bang. I don't normally jump, but it was extremely loud. I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10. I didn't find it as good as the core maze. I found it more funny than anything and a bit of a laugh as you're going through as well. So 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay, and what about your donut?
Oh yeah, that was nice. Although Theo ate most of mine. He's had jam in him, he don't like jam, so... yeah, it was a donut. 6.
6 overall score?
4 for Theo's donut, it was horrible. Overall score, 5.
5 for the food. Ralph, your food review?
Oh my word, it was shocking. It took me about 4 bites to get to the burger in the middle. I think it was like fun size.
What was the queue like?
Well, it's like most queues in a straight line right next to the building. The queue was not too bad. The payment system was shocking. Couldn't get a card signal, so the poor woman behind the counter was having to run flipping half a marathon to find a signal with her hand in the air. So yeah, I think on that, I don't think it was fair, but no. Suggestion from a food point of view: eat before you come.
What overall score would you give it?
You can't give a minus either.
I might stretch it to a 1 because the cob was quite nice.
Got a 1 for the bread.
Yeah, 1 for the bread, yeah, that's it. Eat before you come.
Exactly the same as what Ralph said, really. Just a cob with a little kid's mini burger inside. I should have asked for some onions, shouldn't I, really, to fill it up a bit more. I'm going to give it a 2.
A 2?
Yeah, just bread, just bread and a bit of butter. I mean, Pepsi was better.
Pepsi was good.
Pepsi was all right. That's
for the 2, yeah.
A 9 for the Pepsi.
Oh, okay.
And then a 2 for the bread.
Okay, 2 for the bread.
And it wasn't Warburton's.
It was a favourite who've been this stuff for you.
I think I want enough. You got enough for you.
A lot of you want.
Anyway, pass.
Okay, so review of the last maze, which was
Freak Out on Tour.
Freak Out on Tour.
So we've got Theo dashing to him from the bin at the minute.
About 16 items to the bin.
How was it? It was okay. Mediocre. Actors, mediocre. Lighting, stuff like that was okay. 4.5 out of 10.
4.5 out of 10.
I think so. Yeah, it was. Don't know. It was a clown maze, and the clowns weren't scary. It wasn't even fun though. Like the hillbilly one was fun. The clown one wasn't fun. It was just clowns and noise. Sorry.
Ralph, what did you think to that maze?
Yeah, I didn't rate it that much. I think the best bit was the clown in the middle of the cage dancing to the music. I thought that was a bit entertaining. That was a laugh. But after that, yeah, I think it was, just a bit bland. Really, I think again, actor-wise, it could have been scarier. I really do. I think it's a general thing. It's missed opportunity again. But I must admit, I'm not complaining about the lack of actors.
No.
You know what I mean? It's sort of like they've got more characters out there. We just need to up the game on the makeup and everything a bit, But yeah, so it's got potential in that. I think I'll give it a 5.5. Stretch to a 6 maybe. 5.5. I'm gonna go 5.5.
5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, just over 50%. Yeah, look at that.
So Theo, you're getting quite used to these mazes now.
Yeah.
We can see you now.
I didn't think it was that good. It's a bit like dry.
It was a little bit
Dry.
dry.
Not much to do, you just walk around and some people saying hi to you and stuff.
Speak up a little bit, Theo.
you just walk around a bit of like a room, and then some people just pop out and say hi. That's really it.
So you didn't find that one very scary? What out of 10 would you have given that one?
A 5.
5 out of 10 for that one. Theo.
Turn that light off.
No. Let's see.
Bit boring that one. I had about 6 girls behind me all the way through just screaming.
And that's just John and
They were
Ralph.
some of the sounds in there were quite loud. I got deaf at one point. I had to put my finger over my ear because it was irritating me, but there were a few actors in there just not really loud enough. Probably give that a 3.5. Yeah, I found it quite boring actually for what theming inside.
Yeah.
It was.
It's a 3.5 for the theming then.
Yeah.
Nicola?
I think the groups were a little bit too big when going into there. I think if they'd put the groups smaller, which would have increased the times on the queues, but so I can understand why they do big groups. But I think because the groups were so big, it means that the other people from your group are obviously screaming and what have you, and it kind of takes it away from it a little bit.
Yeah.
So for me, again, I think I'll go with what Ralph said. The best part was the clown in the cage. He looked awesome. I think I give that one a 5 out of 10.
You don't look impressed.
No, it's not. It wasn't memorable. It wasn't the best. It wasn't great. It was okay. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't great. So I'll give that one a 5 out of 10.
On to number 4?
Yeah, on to number 4.
So we've just been to 2 mazes, so we're going to do a review on both mazes, well, both attractions, should I say. So we've just been to, let's do the first one, the
Sisters of Death.
Yeah, Sisters of Death. What did you think to the Sisters of Death?
Good concept. Just wasn't very well executed, but I can see what they're going for. Something different, something unique.
How would you improve the execution?
You need bigger spacings between the seats so the actors can walk up and down the aisles, because you've got 4 rows, but you're sort of quite bunched up, so they can, whoever's at the front gets to see everything. Anyone behind them don't really see that much. Yeah, I think that'd be the first thing, so the actors can interact with each row individually.
Okay, and then for the second one that we went to, which was Love Hurts.
Well, considering that when you first start the maze, you go into a room with a toilet that's overflowing with shit, I think that pretty much sums it up for me, I think.
So it was fantastic.
If you like shit. No, I didn't enjoy that one. The only good bit I liked was when you went into like the sewer tunnel. That was the only decent bit of theming. I mean, you saw a lass who was on a table with a body being chopped up by a meat grinder. That was a nice effect. Other than that, I thought it was dull, boring. The light, no lighting, a few bits of smoke. The end finale is rubbish. You can hear it when you're in the queue. You know there's a chainsaw coming up. Probably the most entertaining bit was watch Theo Scarpa. He just did the Roadrunner act when he jumped out, and off he went. Other than that, not for me. Didn't enjoy that one.
And overall for the night, what was your overall impression for the night?
Well, I'll give Sisters of Death, I'll give it a 6 for the concept. It does need improvement. Love Hurts, 3.
And
overall, it's been a good night. It's been fun. I'd probably say a 7 overall. Value for money, probably a good 8, because it's not the most expensive Scream Park. It's about, I think we paid 25 quid. It's a sell-out night as well. So they've done the best with the batching, moving people along, getting the queues through as quick as they could. I don't think they've done too bad at that. So yeah, I'd say probably about an 8 out of 10 for value for money, and a 7 for the night all round.
Okay, anything that you think that they could improve on?
They need more mazes. 5, with the amount of people that they've let in tonight, 5 isn't enough. They need to spread people out better. So if they had, say, 7 7 or 8 mazes. The people, or even 2 shows, like the Sister of Death is more of a show. 2 of them, and then maybe 5 or 6 mazes to spread the people out around the park a bit more, because the queues are just too big. So I think that'd be the first thing. Look at improving what you've got on offer. As for the mazes, I think they can all be improved in certain ways, in different ways, you know. But where do you start? But I would firstly look at, if you're letting this many people in, see how you can spread them out so the queues are not as long. That's where I'd start.
Thank you for your review.
You're welcome.
So Sisters of Death, what would you give Sisters of Death, and what's your opinion on
I think,
Sisters of Death?
like John, I think the concept was really good. I think pretty much echoing what John said, really. There needed to be more spacing in the seating so the actors could interact with the crowd a bit more. And I think a little bit more thought. I think it's almost like the birth of an idea for this place. And I think moving forward they've got a good foundation to improve on, really, for that one. I'll probably go with a 6, just because it's a large number of people that can go in. It's got a lot. I see it as the potential, and I think it's just something completely different to your maze that you're used to, where you're just walking around. So yeah, about a 6 on that one.
A 6.
Yeah.
And then Love Hurts.
Yeah, well, it did hurt. It wasn't that good. Again, like John says, you know, you start in the toilet and it's just fucking downhill from there, really.
Feel like you've been flushed down with it.
Oh,
I think that was the concept.
it's. I think as far as the makeup of the building goes and everything, I think that was quite good. I think again, there's a couple of good scenes. Again, plenty of actors in there. I think they just need to start going to, you know, Poundland to get the makeup stuff. They just need to sort of like, you know, get more extravagant with the, you know, with the makeup and everything, make it a bit scarier. And there's only so much you can cope with someone trying to jump out and scream in your face before you feel like whacking them. They just need to, a bit more of an impact. So yeah, I think that was a bit of a letdown in some respects, and I can't understand where the chainsaw fitted in, you know. With the first one, when on the chainsaw fitted in with the scene, the chainsaw, it didn't really fit in. You know, I think they could have come with a better idea for the ending. So yeah, one was impressed, probably about a 5 with that one.
And overall for the night, what would you say the experience has been like?
Do you know what, for me, I'd turn around and say around a 7 overall for the night. But as always, we've come as a team and a good crack of mates, so it's made the night, really. So yeah, I think it's a good starting point. It's a good starting point.
For value for money, what would you give it?
Paid about 25 quid to get in.
About 25 quid. I think it's reasonable, really, you know. So what we've done, 5 mazes. So you're looking about a £5 a maze. So it's like almost £5 a ride, which is pretty much what you're expecting anyway if you went to, you know, a fair of some sort. So yeah, I think price-wise, you can't go far wrong, really.
Out of 10?
I think so. Yeah, around a 7, I've said for
Price as well.
Yeah, for the overall, I'd say around a 7. I just think it's got a real good foundation. I just see some potential. I really do. But yeah.
Right,
Sisters of Death.
Sisters of Death. I thought it was a good idea, something a bit different, good concept. Like John says, spread the rows out a bit more so you can get the actors in between, so you're all sort of bunched up, 4 rows. You got a bit of water thrown on you from above, a few scares from behind, but they weren't really scares, they were just people, you just saw them out of your peripheral vision. So I'd probably give that a 6. Room for improvement. Love Hurts, absolutely crap. I didn't like that one at all. When you're queuing up, you can see the chainsaw bit, you know where that's going to end. So when you get to that bit, you know what's coming, so it's not really a surprise, it's just go into a room, wait for the chainsaw guy to come out, and then leg it as fast as Theo did as we come out the end. So what would I give that out of 10? It was absolutely crap. There were loads of girls towards the end, just before you went into the end bit, and they didn't need that many, I don't think. Only 2. There was about 4 in there, and a couple of them wasn't really doing anything, just walking around, you're looking at you. So I'll probably give that a 2. Overall for the night, I would say, because of the company, we've had a laugh. It's been a good night out. A 7.
Value for money?
Value for money, yeah, another 7 again.
So yeah, above average?
So, yeah, just slightly above average, I'd say.
Nicely done. Rightio, Vic hello.
Hi guys. So, Sisters of Death, for me that wasn't great. So we walked in and we got put into big groups, so it's large groups again. And I think, like the guys have said, the spacing could be a lot better, so the actors could actually interact a lot more. They did have effects like water splurting at you and people coming out with curtains for the back rows, but still, again, it wasn't great interactions. So for that, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
And then
Love Hurts.
for the Love Hurts, it was cold, it was wet, which obviously is part of the effects. It was meant to be like a sewer.
Really?
Yeah. He's sexy, right?
What's this?
It's a lie.
What's that?
That's the camera. And that's a lie.
No idea.
Thanks, Dave.
So with Love Hurts, the acting could have been better. I think again with the makeup, like it's already been picked up, the makeup was not great. And I don't think any part of that was scary whatsoever, and it was just like walking through a caged area. So 4 out of 10. They tried, but it just wasn't there for me.
Night in total?
Night in total, I mean, great guys that I've come with. We've had a good experience. Like we've been to some good places. Nice atmosphere, just a bit too busy. Groups are too big, and some of the mazes, it takes it away from the actual maze a lot. Night in general, give it a 6.
And value for money?
6.5 value for money.
Above average again.
Yeah.
Where are we off to next?
Alton Towers. So we're going to Alton Towers on Tuesday. So watch the next vlog, and we will see you on the Alton Towers review.
See you soon.
See you guys.